Oh, hello. Oh, it's Mr. Methane here, the world's only performing flash. Just excuse me a moment. I just had to get out of my system there. You just caught me winding my grandfather clock up. I'll just take this off. It's maybe getting in the way there. I'll put it there. This is my... it's been in the family a long time, this has. Since the 60s. It was originally... it's rather a tall piece. As you can see, I'm 2 metres high. The Little Plaque here was originally given to a lady. She was a... I have got... Maybe one day we'll do a proper... in-depth, more serious piece on this if you want. I'll tell you the history of it, but basically, in a brief form, the lady was a Sunday school teacher, 1800s. She got married and this was a wedding present. I suppose nowadays you get an iPhone 11 or something, or whatever we're on now, but in those days you got a grandfather clock, and it was originally in Disley in Cheshire. Lovely place, Disley. I remember there used to be an Isley Brothers tribute band lived in Disley, called the Disley Brothers, but that's another story. It came to Macclesfield and it ended up in a big house on Buxton Road. I think it was called Red Bank. We'll go and have a look one day. Between Cranford Avenue and Monsell Drive on the right hand side. In the 60s, people are chucking stuff like this out, and so it was going out, and it was bought for a rock bottom price, if that's the right word. Yes, it is the right word. And so it came into the family possession of the brother-in-law. It went back to Disley for a while, then it was in Kettlesholme, then it ended up in a farm in Cumbria, and then my sister, obviously, she didn't have... One of the problems with having such a fine, large piece such as this is that you've got to have the room to display it, So I ended up being the custodian of it, and when it came to me, it had one or two problems. I'm just winding it up there. I'll just show you actually. If you can see this is the chime. The actual chime weight, I've taken that off because there's a little problem with the chime at the moment. So the chime weight's just down on the floor there. But if you look, this is it looks like very thick fishing wire, but it's actually tennis racket string. The original catgut strings had broken, and it's very hard to. I went to one or two of the. That goes on there, by the way. Let me show you. So that'd sit on there like that, and the weight would hang on there. So that's how that'd work if we had the chime working. We couldn't get the original catgut. I went to one or two what do you call them, jewellery clock shops, and all they wanted to do was maybe sell me a brand new Swatch watch, and obviously they weren't interested, but I eventually found out you could use tennis racket wire. That's the wire that you restring your tennis rackets with. So we restrung it, and we'll just have a look inside up here. I'll just tell you about this before we do. J Swindle's Stockport, obviously, where was the clock shop or the jewellers where the piece was originally bought. He's got a moon sequence up here, 29-day moon sequence. I have had that set up, but the trouble is when you go away for a long time, it's only an 8-day wind. So if you're away for more than 8 days, it gets out of sequence again. But basically this is meant to sort of give you the full moon sequence. As far off the top of my head, I did read up about it, and I did get it set up. Behind it is a great big sort of cogwheel. So that moves very, very slowly. Then you've got your seconds here. And, I've forgotten what that one even... I used to know what that one even did. I don't know if that's a 24-hour, or... I know there'll be clock experts who like a bit of flatulence, and they'll be telling me. I think that moves around in either a 12 or a 24-hour sequence. And here, you've got the four seasons. Now, I forget which is which. Is that one's winter, one's spring. Oh no, there's winter. There's winter definitely. Maybe that's spring, maybe that's summer, maybe that's autumn. The one, and I've looked everywhere on this, and the only one I can't find is Frankie Valley. Oof. And right, we'll take this off actually. We'll just take it off so you can see the inner workings. I'll just remove the key. Got to be very careful as you shut it. And oh, this is the worst bit. I'm going. Ooh, I'm pooping my pants. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Just oh, I don't want this to fall. I'm usually better at this. It's because you're watching me. Right, here we go. I think we've got it now. Just pack down if you're carrying this. Oh, there we go. Just put this somewhere very, very safe. Just there, and you can maybe have a look and see. So we now got the main clock mechanism. Actually, if I just grab hold of you there, thanks Flingo, and you can see the work. No problem. You're an expert. You're a pro. There you can see the winding weight, the actual clock weight, and there's the chime weight. The clock mechanism is on this plank here, so you can take this off if you wanted when you're packing it down. You know, this is very important to look after that bit, and then this bit then becomes just that high, which is still fairly high, but you could get it into an SUV or, you know, a large estate car. There's the wire, and Flingo, do we have any torches or anything so we could just maybe shine? Well, thank you. Get me an old light. I'll get me special old light. There we go. Thanks, Flingo. No problem. Thank you. There you go. There's the bell. There's the back. See the tooth wheel on the back of the moon sequence there. You can just see that. There it is. So there's the front of it. There we go. And there's the back. And there you get a nice Tik Tok. I think at the end of this we'll just play you out with a nice little Tik Tok so you can hear the rhythm. It's very, very relaxing. I don't know if we're going to get. I tend to oil this nowadays with GT85. The silicone seems to work rather well. You see how I've tied the other end of the chime spring off there. Same on the other side, and then that pulley loop works. And at the back there, can you see that? Can you see the pendulum? Now that's very important. If you see this piece, if I just I put this in my house like that, I'll just point at it here. That metal strip there. I'll just go right in that metal strip there. Now the thing is, and that's the top of the pendulum, and it hangs in. Actually, I like this. It hangs in here, up there, and then this wire that you can see to the right, if you can see that, it's quite an important piece, that wire. I just point it out there. There it is. That's quite important because when I originally set the grandfather clock up, I set him up perfectly level, but over time they've got these lovely feet down here. There's my clock book, you see. That's that. There you go, grandfather clocks and their cases. Down there, it's got these lovely feet. What happens over time, because this grandfather clock's from the 1800s, is that it settles itself, so it's not exactly level. And when you level it out, what you're forgetting is that piece of wire there, you actually bend that wire to compensate for any if it was off skew like that, you'd actually bend the wire to compensate for any off skew. So what you do is you just get your two thumbs like this, and you come round here, and then you'd sort of bend that wire, if this makes sense. So it's like you know, I'm going to basically, you'd grip it like this and you'd bend it. I'm probably confusing you, but it works. Let's put it like this. I hope I've sort of giving you the idea, because I don't want to go near a working mechanism. And so, just a minute. Hang on, there's something down here. Just a minute. I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to. Flingo, have you been putting stuff in here? You're making a nest. Oh, for God's sake! Bloody hell, it's a long way down. How much have you actually put in here? Oh, for God, you can't make a nest in here, because the thing is, look at this, bloody hell. If you put junk like that in it, it'll stop the clock weight going right the way down. So you mustn't do that, honestly. And there's someone else in here. It's Wingo. Oh, what's Wingo doing here? Oh, for God's sake, I wish you wouldn't bring your... Wingo's here. He sat on something as well. Oh, hang on, I'm just gonna... Where do I put... I'm just put this there. Right, we're gonna... Come out, Wingo, hang on, let me just... Come out, you little bugger. Come... He won't come, can you tell him? Oh, he's still not coming. Oh, God, I know what I'll do, hang on. This'll sort him out. Yeah. Right, you little bugger. Come on, you. Out you come. Oh, you can't think he's overcome by emotion, Flingo. Whoa, he didn't like that. Serves you right. You shouldn't be down there anyway. Come on. I didn't even know you were here. Now, something else in there. I'm going to have to get it. Just a minute. Stop the clock now. That's better. Oh, look, it's a letter. How long has this been here? Oh, you don't know? This could be important. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's a greeting. Bloody hell, Flink. Wingo, you're in real trouble, you are, for this. It says, Dear Mr. Methane, my mate Kevin's birthday is on Monday the 13th. Monday the 13th? You should have given me this on Monday. Not giving it to him to make a nest with. It's 13th. We are on location at the Montrose oil field aboard the Grampian Corsair, providing emergency response and rescue to cover the rigs. So this is quite important. These are essential. These are emergency workers. These, Flingo, and they're out there in the sea. And it was Kevin's birthday on the 13th. We better get on with this. It said, please, can you rip Kevin a tune out on your arse to celebrate his birthday? I know he will be really chuffed. Thanks, all the best, Lewis Cameron. Well, Lewis, we better do this for Kevin. So I'm going to put the clock back. I'll leave you. If you want to know more about the clock, we'll do a much more. We'll go and see where we bought it from. 60 years ago. Tell you a bit more about the history of it. I'm going to leave you with a nice rhythmic ticking of the mechanism while I get ready for Shaturday Part 2. It's Kevin's birthday. Let's do it. Yes.